Hello, my name is Migloo. You can also call me Meg, and today I wanted to share with you guys this Lumity Speedpaint that I did a while back for one of my best friends. So, a little context. This was over back in December, and she had just gotten the brand new 12-inch iPad Pro with the Apple II pencil, super fancy, and she came over and we were having such a great time, and she had to go, and then she left it at my house. And I wasn't gonna pass up the opportunity to draw on it. So I asked her for her passcode, to which she had questions, and I said, don't worry about it, I'm just gonna draw you a little thing, And it was also for her birthday because it's in December, and also Christmas because, December. Anyway, I thought one of the absolute perfect presents that I could give her would be a picture of one of her favorite pairings at the moment, which is Amity and Luz from the Owl House, both of which have been aged up a little bit, of course. And with season 2 coming out, I totally remembered that I had this footage just sitting in my storage, so I decided to make it into a video for you guys. So since this was done on her very expensive and fancy iPad, this was done in Procreate. I don't believe I used any references for this piece. I was just going strictly off of imagination, and I think that's why I struggled so much in the beginning with Amity's face at 3/4. Like, I don't know what was wrong with my brain that day, but I just could not get it, and I struggled for so long, as you could tell from earlier. Speaking of struggling, I also struggled with Luz's hair, just because it's such a unique shape in the show, and trying to translate that into a semi-realistic style, I was having some issues about like where the hair direction would go and where the point of origin was, and I just ended up going a little simplistic on it. And since this is an older piece, and because I was just really having fun with it, I decided to use one of my favorite sketching brushes as the line art brush, which you can see here. It's just like a very textured, charcoaly pencil type of brush, and I found that it just adds a lot more movement to my lines, whereas I feel when I use the standard rounded edge type of brushes in Procreate that my line art specifically can come out a lot more stiff than it would with this brush. And I just feel like I will forever be experimenting with everything about my art right now, from the way I sketch to the way I line things to how I color and finishing details, everything like that, because I'm really just trying to improve as much as I can in the moment. And what I have found is something that is helping me improve is just letting go of some of the rigidity and the pressure of getting the line art absolutely perfect using that tapered round tip brush, because although it looks really nice and smooth, it can make things come out so much more stiff than I intended them. And I found that if I let go of that a little bit, use whatever brush I just enjoy sketching with, I enjoy the process so much more, and that is reflected in the piece itself, I feel. So yeah, just trying to stay loose with the lines, enjoy the texture of the brush, and just enjoy the process in general, trying to just make a really awesome piece of art for my awesome friend that I hoped she enjoyed. Spoiler alert, she totally did. So a couple of stylistic choices that I made was just lengthening Amity's hair a little bit, but keeping Luz's the same. I thought that would still make the characters recognizable, and also keeping them in their original school uniforms, because I don't remember what's the oldest kids can be at Hexside, but I assume that they'd be like, you know, late high school, early college, but also the colors in the uniforms would also keep them very recognizable from the show. Also, I'm just so excited for season 2. Oh my gosh. I hope so many cool things happen. It's super interesting to see how actually we might have a canon relationship between Amity and Luz, especially just from the first 2 episodes. Which, I mean, by this point, we are well aware of Disney's antics. So that would be a huge leap for them. And I really hope that they take the plunge, because this show is fantastic and the community loves these 2 characters together. And I just think it would make a lot of people happy, and it makes sense canonically. And I mean, how can you not love Ida and King? And especially now that Lilith is in the mix, like, oh my gosh, the antics that they are going to get up to, it's gonna be so entertaining to watch. And I'm so excited to see what else the Owl House has in store for us. And especially, I want to see Bill come back so bad. Oh my god, I want to see Bill come back so bad. But anyway, back to the drawing. You know, the speed paint y'all came for. I grabbed the base colors straight from that screenshot you saw previously from the show itself, and then I started to just go in with a little bit of gradient shading with a large soft brush, and then going in with some harder shadows. And of course, you know I had to do it. I had to use light purple on a multiply layer and add in those shadows, because it makes everything so much better. And one day I'll learn color theory, but today is not that day, so. But overall, I'm really happy with how it came out. I also used a new brush in Procreate, the hard blend brush. And that was really cool, because the harder you press on it, you get like a hard edge with a lot of pigment. But if you press lightly, it blends it out beautifully. And it was just a really good time working on this piece. So that just about wraps it up for this one. If you guys are still around, thank you so much for watching until the end. You made it! Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And let's take a look at how the final piece turned out. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end. All of my socials are listed in the description down below. And I hope you guys have a great day. See ya!